Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader of women's college basketball. I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players in your opinion?
Ooh. Caitlin Clark, who is from Iowa now in the Fevers, has had an incredible path to basketball stardom.
Apparently there's a WNBA player named A'ja Wilson. Apparently she's pretty good. Caitlin Clark brings it down, goes twice between her legs, step back jack. A'ja Wilson doesn't like that. A'ja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark.
Her unusual Iowa accent and pleasant attitude have made her a fan favorite, but her amazing talent on the court is what actually distinguishes her.
The Player of the Year, number 22, Caitlin Clark.
Clark's ability to fill stadiums, record-breaking performances, and magnetic personality have solidified her place as one of the most entertaining players in women's basketball today.
Iowa's women's basketball wrapping up their regular season schedule with a showdown against number 2 ranked Indiana. The game has garnered some national attention as College Game Day takes over Iowa City.
Clark's ability to captivate audiences is unsurpassed.
Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in college basketball. People travel all over the country to watch number 22 play, whether it's right here in Iowa City or on the road in the Big Ten. And what bigger and better stage to watch number 22 play in than one of the biggest games?
From high school gyms to college arenas, she has constantly filled venues with crowds eager to see her exceptional skills.
15,000 strong in a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena. No one more excited to watch the junior play than little girls, not only in the state of Iowa, but beyond. Watching Clark live out her dreams on the court, giving them hope that one day they can do the same.
Her accomplishments are numerous, including being a leading scorer, recording numerous triple-doubles, and delivering clutch performances that left viewers in amazement.
It's fun to come to games that you can watch, and it hopefully inspires you to play better or practice more, see how they play.
It is very inspiring, and it's nice to be in the environment, so I have somewhat of an idea what it's like to, be in a college environment.
Her unwavering determination and competitive spirit have made her a household name in basketball circles. Caitlin Clark's success began in her hometown of West Des Moines, Iowa, where she swiftly rose to prominence as a high school basketball star.
An unreal day for women's basketball here in Iowa City, from a top 10 matchup to a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena to even College Game Day making the trip to Iowa City, a game that I'm sure so many little girls will never forget.
Her remarkable skills on the court garnered her national notice and a scholarship to the University of Iowa, where she has continued to excel. As a freshman, Clark led the nation in scoring and assists.
Honestly, I think work really hard, have dreams, chase them, but also there's going to be moments that are really hard and there's going to be moments that are great. That's what every single person goes through in their life, whether you want to be a professional athlete,
breaking numerous records along the process. Her sophomore year was even more amazing as she continued to dominate the court while leading her team to victory.
Whatever you want to do, there's going to be moments of hardship and then a lot of amazing moments, but that's what makes the moments of really great times, that's what makes it so amazing. So I think don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. You can achieve whatever you want in life. I think especially for young girls, have confidence. I think that's something a lot of young girls struggle with, is confidence, and lucky enough,
Clark's list of accomplishments is astonishing. She was the first player in NCAA history to lead the nation in both points and assists per game in a single season.
I was just trying to exit the court as quickly as possible, so I started running, and I was absolutely just hammered by somebody trying to run onto the court and basically blindsided and, kind of scary. Could have caused a pretty serious injury to me and knocked the wind out of me, but luckily my teammates kind of picked me up and got me off the court. So, and their AD already came and apologized to me, so I really appreciate that. And this is what comes with the territory. I mean, I'm sure they tried their best to do whatever they could. Obviously, it didn't work.
She has achieved multiple triple-doubles, demonstrating her versatility and all-around skill. Clark's ability to score from wherever on the court, combined with her remarkable court vision and passing skills, distinguishes her as a unique and formidable player.
Fans filed in from the rain, whether they were season ticket holders.
They're fun to watch. You'll have a good time if you come and watch them.
Or they made the trip up from the Metro.
We love watching Caitlin Clark, and she's really fun, and all the players on the team are really fun to watch, and we really enjoy watching them.
Clark's attitude and charisma have won her fans, in addition to her on-court performance. She has a natural capacity to connect with others, whether it's through conversations with fans or social media. Her humility and genuine love for the game shine through everything she does.
These sisters from Urbandale were among several young fans who had their sights set on Caitlin Clark, and it's hard to blame them with the way she plays. The sophomore from West Des Moines remembers that was once her.
I feel like I was just that little girl. Like, I grew up around the game.
Making her a role model for aspiring players. While Caitlin Clark's profile continues to grow, another name linked with brilliance in women's basketball is Aja Wilson. Wilson, a formidable force in the WNBA, has also made an impact with her extraordinary talent and leadership. The South Carolina native and former collegiate great has become one of the league's most well-known and respected players.
It's good. It's really good. I love playing here. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel, obviously, with the Knights. This is the Knights' home, so it's pretty cool just to be here and just go out here and have some fun. Go out here and be us. That's pretty. I don't care where we play. We just got to be us.
Aja Wilson's contribution to the game is unquestionable. She was voted National Player of the Year after leading her team to a national title while attending the University of South Carolina. Her move to the WNBA was easy, and she rapidly established herself as a formidable force for the Las Vegas Aces. Wilson's scoring abilities, defensive skills, and leadership characteristics have earned her perennial All-Star and MVP honors. Aside from her remarkable statistics, Wilson is noted for her leadership both on and off the court. She has been an outspoken champion for social justice and equality, using her platform to raise awareness about key topics.
Aja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. Aja Wilson, who bitch whined and moaned and continues to bitch whine and moan that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
Wilson's dedication to making a big difference goes beyond basketball, garnering her the respect and affection of fans and peers alike. Caitlin Clark and Aja Wilson have both sold out shows and merchandise. Their popularity and influence in the sport have resulted in great commercial success, with fans ready to support their favorite players.
Be more far off. Hey, look, we love Steph Curry as a black man because of how he plays. We'll give two craps about Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark being white, black, green, or purple. When in doubt, yell racism, and when in doubt, look stupid doing it. And the latest is this moron named Aja Wilson.
One of the most noteworthy examples of commercial success is Caitlin Clark's Wilson basketball line. Fans went wild when she launched her signature basketball collection. The collection's one-of-a-kind designs and personal touches struck a chord with supporters. From handwritten notes to career highlights, each basketball in the collection told a tale about Clark. Clark's basketball collection drew an extraordinary response. The four versions, which were the EV NXT, 3,951 game basketball, WNBA Ascent basketball, and repetition basketball, cost $99.95 a piece. Regardless of price, the collection sold out within hours of its release. Fans wanted to possess a piece of basketball history, and the demand vastly outstripped Wilson's supply. Aja Wilson also has her basketball line, which is part of Wilson's sporting goods lineup. While not in as high demand as Clark's collection, Wilson's basketball remains a popular item among fans. Her characteristic style and branding make it an appealing product, but it lacks the personal touches that set Clark's collection apart. The differences in market performance between Clark and Wilson's basketball lines can be linked to their marketing methods. Clark's collection was marketed as a limited edition, instilling a sense of urgency in enthusiasts. The personal touches and unique designs enhanced its charm. In comparison, Wilson's basketball is part of a larger lineup and lacks the same level of exclusivity. The success of Caitlin Clark's basketball collection extends beyond sales figures. It represents a transformation in the way women's basketball is viewed and promoted. Clark's ability to swiftly sell out her collection demonstrates her great popularity and influence. It also demonstrates the increased awareness and support for women's sports. Caitlin Clark's accomplishments are especially noteworthy when considered in light of the history of women's basketball. She is the first female athlete to own her own Wilson collection, dating back to Michael Jordan in the 1980s. This achievement reflects her impact on the sport and the progress being made in developing women's athletics. Clark's achievements are more than just her accomplishments. It provides hope and encouragement to young females who want to play basketball. Her journey from Iowa to national fame demonstrates that with hard work and devotion, anything is achievable. Clark's collection is intended to inspire the next generation of athletes to take up basketball and chase their aspirations. Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, sees Clark as more than just a record-breaking athlete. She regards Clark as a cultural icon who had a significant impact on the sport. Clark's influence goes beyond the basketball court, making her a key figure in both athletics and popular culture. Caitlin Clark's marketability has also resulted in collaborations with major brands such as Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm. These collaborations demonstrate her standing as a top athlete with a marketable personality. Clark's ability to get such sponsorships demonstrates her extensive appeal as well as respect for her talent and influence. Clark's success and the popularity of her basketball collection demonstrate the growing interest in women's basketball. As additional competitors like Clark and Wilson make their mark, the sport will certainly gain awareness and support. The financial success of these players shows that there is a sizable market for women's sports items. Despite improvements, obstacles remain. The gap in market performance between Clark and Wilson's basketball lines emphasizes the need for efficient marketing methods as well as personal branding.
I was those little girls. I was always begging my dad to take me to basketball games, college basketball games, no matter what it was really. I always wanted to be around the games.
Clark continues to rack up stats on the court, which will make her a record breaker.
That's the thing I'm most proud of, is how humble she's remained.
To continue to flourish, women's basketball requires a determined effort to market the sport and its participants. Caitlin Clark's legacy is already being shaped. Her contribution to the game and ability to connect with fans has set her apart.
It's the way she is off the court that makes her a role model.
You know, I think that was the most kids we've really had all season today. The tunnel was just packed with kids, and you know, I try to make time to high five every single one of them, and you know, that's really what it's all about, inspiring the next generation, and I think our team does a tremendous job of that.
Clark's narrative is about talent, determination, and a passion for the game. As she reaches new milestones, her influence will only expand.
One of the most fun parts of this whole ride with the Hawkeyes right now in Caitlin Clark Mania is seeing these swarms of kids waiting for autographs after games and then just seeing their reactions when they get a picture with her or they get something signed. You might remember this scene from Monday's Elite 8 postgame in Albany. We had it live here on CBS 2 and Fox 28. That girl getting her shoes signed by Caitlin, and that's the appropriate reaction.
Athletes like Clark and Wilson rely heavily on media publicity and fan support to succeed. Positive media attention and passionate fan bases promote these players and highlight their accomplishments.
Micaiah McCann, 15-year-old from the Albany, New York area, got to go to both Iowa games out there, and then popular sites like Awful Announcing and Just Women's Sports shared that scene from our live stream. That is how Micaiah found out she was on live TV in Eastern Iowa. She found us, reached out to us to tell us that she's the shoe girl.
Fans' sold-out basketball collections are a direct outcome of their love and enthusiasm for their favorite players.
On Saturday, I was like, there's no way I get her autograph. She's such a big deal. There's going to be people lined up down there. Like, it's insane. But on Monday, I was like determined. I was saying before the game, I'm going to get this autograph. It's going to happen. And everybody's like, I hope you do.
The phenomenon of sold-out basketball collections extends beyond individual achievements. It reflects a larger trend in the sports industry, in which athletes are becoming cultural icons.
I got down there and I was wearing Nike Blazers, so they're really hard to take off. I was like, I need Caitlin to sign my shoe. So I quickly took the laces out, pulled it down, just held it there for 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then she came over and she signed it.
The ability to sell items fast and efficiently highlights the power of athlete branding and the potential for substantial commercial success. Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, and the entire women's basketball community have a bright future ahead of them. With each milestone, the sport gains popularity and support. Clark's sold-out basketball collection is just one of the many ways women's sports are making progress. As more athletes break down boundaries and inspire the next generation, the effect of women's basketball will only expand. Caitlin Clark and Aja Wilson are two of the most prominent players in women's basketball today. Their talent, commitment, and influence go beyond the court, making them cultural icons. The financial success of their basketball collections demonstrates their impact and the expanding popularity of women's sports. Clark and Wilson continue to surpass new goals, inspiring numerous young athletes and paving the way for a more open and friendly sports environment. The future of women's basketball seems promising, with stars like Clark and Wilson leading the way way to continuing growth and success. Is Clark able to bring a remarkable change to the current buzzing WNBA narrative? I strongly believe she is in for a great ride in the sport. What's your take on her? Let's hear it in the comment section. Meanwhile, like and subscribe to our channel to get updates on recent happenings around this young prodigy and the basketball community. Thanks for watching.
It's like, all right, next step. Are you still there? Are you still a true fan? But I'm pretty sure that she's going to be good. The league's going to enjoy her. We're going to enjoy her, obviously, as competitors and teammates or whatever you may say. But no, it's going to be huge for her to make that jump. All of them. I mean, it's going to be a great time for them to transition like we all did.
Caitlin Clark has become a household name in basketball. Clark, known for her outstanding shooting abilities, creative playmaking, and unwavering competitive spirit, has quickly risen to prominence.
I got down there and I was wearing Nike Blazers, so they're really hard to take off. I was like, I need Caitlin to sign my shoes. So I quickly took the laces out, pulled it down, just held it there for 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then she came over and she signed it.
She was born and reared in Iowa and was a standout athlete at Dowling Catholic High School before attending the University of Iowa. Her collegiate career has been nothing short of outstanding, with multiple awards and records to her name.
Unreal day for women's basketball here in Iowa City. From a top 10 matchup to a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena to even College Game Day making the trip to Iowa City. A game that I'm sure so many little girls will never forget.
Cementing her status as one of the most promising young athletes in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's rise to basketball success started at a young age.
15,000 strong in a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena. No one more excited to watch the junior play than little girls, not only in the state of Iowa, but beyond. Watching Clark live out her dreams on the court, giving them hope that one day they can do the same.
Growing up in West Des Moines, her father, a collegiate basketball player, introduced her to the sport. Her inherent skill was evident from an early age, and she soon rose to prominence in juvenile leagues and high school tournaments. Clark stood out at Dowling Catholic High School for her scoring skills and court vision. She routinely led her team to victory, garnering multiple awards and establishing herself as one of the best high school players in the country. Clark chose to stay close to home, enrolling at the University of Iowa, where she made an immediate impact. As a rookie, she topped the country in scoring and was named Big Ten Rookie of the Year.
It's fun to come to games that you can watch, and it hopefully inspires you to play better or practice more, see how they play.
It is very inspiring, and it's nice to be in the environment, so I have somewhat of an idea what it's like to, be in a college environment.
During her sophomore season, she continued to break records, winning unanimous first-team All-American accolades and the Dawn Staley Award as the finest guard in women's collegiate basketball.
Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in college basketball. People travel all over the country to watch number 22 play, whether it's right here in Iowa City or on the road in the Big Ten. And what bigger and better stage to watch number 22 play in than one of the biggest games?
Clark's ability to execute under duress, as well as her leadership characteristics, has helped her become a key role in Iowa's basketball team.
These sisters from Urbandale were among several young fans who had their sights set on Caitlin Clark, and it's hard to blame them with the way she plays. The sophomore from West Des Moines remembers that was once her.
I feel like I was just that little girl.
The Olympics represent the pinnacle of athletic performance, with the best from all around the world vying for glory.
Iowa's women's basketball wrapping up their regular season schedule with a showdown against number 2 ranked Indiana. The game has garnered some national attention as College Game Day takes over Iowa City.
This global tournament is about more than just winning medals. It's about displaying talent and earning international recognition. For basketball players, the Olympics provide a unique opportunity to showcase their abilities on a global stage, drawing both spectators and endorsements. Basketball has been a part of the Olympic Games since 1936, and it has become one of the most popular and competitive sports. The competition brings together the top players from across the world, representing their respective countries in the quest for Olympic gold. The games are eagerly anticipated, attracting big crowds and receiving extensive media coverage. Caitlin Clark's performance at the Olympics was nothing short of incredible. She demonstrated her trademark long three-point shots, fast decision-making, and ability to lead her team under duress. Her statistics were remarkable and contributed considerably to Team USA's win.
Whatever you want to do, there's going to be moments of hardship and then a lot of amazing moments, but that's what makes the moments of really great times, like that's what makes it so amazing. So I think don't let anybody tell you can't do something. You can achieve whatever you want in life. I think especially for young girls, like have confidence. I think that's something a lot of young girls struggle with is confidence, and lucky enough, like
Clark's Olympic experience added to her already impressive resume, making her a fan favorite and media darling. Clark consistently scored more than 20 points every game during the tournament. Her shooting percentage from beyond the arc was especially impressive, with numerous games where she made more than half of her three-pointers. Clark excelled in both scoring and playmaking, averaging 7 assists per game and often setting up her teammates for easy goals. Clark's performance in the semifinal versus Australia was one of the Olympics' most memorable moments. With side USA down in the fourth quarter, Clark took over the game, scoring 12 points in the final 5 minutes to help her side win. Her clutch shooting and poise under duress were on full display, earning her acclaim from both analysts and viewers. A'ja Wilson is a formidable basketball player. Wilson was a standout at the University of South Carolina and is now a WNBA great, having won numerous trophies, including the WNBA MVP. Her presence on the court is dominating, and her abilities are exceptional.
A'ja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. A'ja Wilson, who bitch, whined, and moaned, and continues to bitch, whine, and moan, that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
However, the rise of Caitlin Clark has created a new dynamic that threatens Wilson's control. A'ja Wilson's basketball career began in Hopkins, South Carolina, where she quickly rose to become one of the nation's top high school players. She led her team to a national title at the University of South Carolina and received multiple individual accolades, including Naismith College Player of the Year.
It's good. It's really good. I love playing here. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel, obviously, with the Knights. This is the Knights' home, so it's pretty cool just to be here and just go out here and have some fun. Go out here and be us. That's pretty. I don't care where we play. We just got to be us.
Her adjustment to the WNBA was easy, as she was crowned Rookie of the Year and later MVP. Her versatility and athleticism define Wilson's game. She can shoot from the post, mid-range, and beyond the arc, making her a nightmare for opponents. She is a good shot blocker and rebounder who serves as the defensive anchor for her squad. Wilson's leadership on and off the court has established her as a role model for future players and an important figure in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's presence at the Olympics extended beyond the court. Her work with Wilson Sporting Goods resulted in Caitlin Clark's Limitless Collection, a line of basketballs that soon became popular. The basketballs, which had unique patterns and personal touches from Clark's career, sold out quickly, generating hype that overshadowed other items, including A'ja Wilson's basketball collection. The Limitless Collection was a commercial triumph, fusing new design with Clark's narrative. Each basketball in the collection was unique, with handwritten inscriptions from Clark's high school days and highlights from her college career. These personal additions turned the basketballs into souvenirs that resonated strongly with fans. The response to the Limitless Collection was phenomenal. Fans rushed to buy the limited edition products, resulting in rapid sellouts and significant demand for restocks. Wilson Sporting Goods struggled to meet the unusual demand, highlighting Clark's star power. The initial release, priced at $99.95, comprised 4 models: the EV NXT, 3,951 Game Basketball, WNBA Ascent Basketball, and Repetition Basketball. All models sold out within hours, causing a frenzy among admirers. Team USA, consisting of some of the top basketball talents, including A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark, was predicted to win the competition. However, internal dynamics and outward perceptions caused controversy. Clark's sudden rise and the enormous popularity of her merchandise sparked debates about the importance of individual achievements versus team performance. The presence of numerous elite players on Team USA resulted in a unique dynamic. While the team's skill was evident, handling the egos and demands of top players proved difficult. The coaching staff had to strike a balance between playing time and roles, making sure that each player contributed to the team's success while remaining harmonious. The media coverage of Caitlin Clark's performance and merchandising success increased the pressure, while Clark was praised for her accomplishments. Several detractors contended that the emphasis on individual awards distracted distracted from the team's overall aims. This debate emphasized the difficulty of controlling star power in a team sport, particularly on such a large platform. Caitlin Clark's basketball cooperation with Wilson Sporting Goods was a commercial triumph. The Limitless collection, with its unique designs and personal sentiments, struck a chord with admirers. One basketball in particular contained a handwritten note from Clark's high school days, symbolizing her path and goals. This personal touch elevated the basketballs from basic sports equipment to valuable collectibles. The Limitless collection's success may be traced back to its creative marketing strategy. By including pieces of Clark's own life, the anthology evoked an emotional response from fans. The limited edition character of the products added to their attractiveness, creating a sense of urgency among customers.
The way she is off the court that makes her a role model.
You know, I think that was the most kids we've really had all season today. The tunnel was just packed with kids, and you know, I try to make time to high five every single one of them, and you know, that's really what it's all about, inspiring the next generation, and I think our team does a tremendous job of that.
Consumers reacted overwhelmingly positively. Fans complimented the distinctive designs and the chance to own a piece of basketball history. The swift sellouts and great demand for restocks highlighted the marketing strategy's effectiveness as well as Clark's brand strength. In comparison, A'ja Wilson's basketball line, while popular, did not elicit the same level of excitement. Wilson's basketball, while well-designed and branded with her name and emblem, lacked the distinct personal touches that defined Clark's collection. This disparity in marketing strategy and consumer appeal highlighted the two athletes' separate branding methods. Wilson Sporting Goods produced A'ja Wilson's basketball line, which featured high-quality designs and performance features. Wilson supported the basketballs, which carried her name and emblem. While fans favorably welcomed the products, they lacked the personal storytelling components that distinguish Clark's line. Wilson's basketball line sold well, but at a different rate than Clark's collection. While Wilson's basketballs were accessible and sold consistently, they did not experience the rapid sellouts and great demand for restocks that Clark's products experienced.
One of the most fun parts of this whole ride with the Hawkeyes right now in Caitlin Clark mania is seeing these swarms of kids waiting for autographs after games and then just seeing their reactions when they get a picture with her or they get something signed. You might remember this scene from Monday's Elite 8 postgame in Albany. We had it live here on CBS 2 and Fox 28. That girl getting her shoes signed by Caitlin, and that's the appropriate reaction.
This distinction underscored the importance of personal branding and marketing strategy in shaping consumer behavior. The market's reaction to Caitlin Clark's basketballs was extraordinary. Fans rushed to buy the limited edition products, resulting in rapid sellouts and significant demand for restocks. Wilson Sporting Goods struggled to meet the unusual demand, highlighting Clark's star power. On the other side, while A'ja Wilson's basketballs sold regularly, they did not encounter the same buying frenzy. Basketballs provided valuable insights into the impact of personal branding. Fans were drawn to the product's unique designs and personal touches, which resulted in a deep emotional connection. This relationship resulted in high demand and quick sellouts, proving the efficiency of the marketing plan. The success of Clark's collection mirrored broader market trends in sports items.
Micaiah McCann, 15-year-old from the Albany, New York area, got to go to both Iowa games out there, and then popular sites like Awful Announcing and Just Women's Sports shared that scene from our live stream. That is how Micaiah found out she was on live TV in Eastern Iowa. She found us, reached out to us to tell us that she's the shoe girl.
Consumers are increasingly interested in items that provide unique experiences and personal relationships. The Limitless collection capitalized on these themes, allowing fans to own a piece of Clark's journey and dream.
Fans filed in from the rain, whether they were season ticket holders.
They're fun to watch. You'll have a good time if you come and watch them.
Or they made the trip up from the metro.
We love watching Caitlin Clark, and she's really fun, and all the players on the team are really fun to watch.
A'ja Wilson's displeasure throughout the Olympics was evident. As a dominant player who has long been the face of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark's rapid rise to prominence was difficult to accept. The comparison of sales figures for their different basketballs fueled the fury. Wilson's basketball, while still part of Wilson Sporting Goods' portfolio, had a distinct immediate sellout success compared to Clark's collection. The shift in focus from Wilson to Clark had a tremendous emotional impact on Wilson.
On Saturday, I was like, there's no way I get her autograph. She's such a big deal. There's going to be people lined up down there. Like, it's insane. But on Monday, I was like determined. I was saying before the game, I'm going to get this autograph. It's going to happen. And everybody's like, I hope you do.
As a very competitive athlete, Wilson is proud of her accomplishments and the praise she receives. The fast rise of Clark and the enormous popularity of her items produced a sense of competitiveness and rivalry, which exacerbated Wilson's dissatisfaction.
I was just trying to exit the court as quickly as possible, so I started running, and I was absolutely just hammered by somebody trying to run onto the court and basically blindsided, and kind of scary. Could have caused a pretty serious injury to me and knocked the wind out of me, but luckily my teammates kind of picked me up and got me off the court. So and their AD already came and apologized to me, so I really appreciate that. And this is what comes with the territory. I mean, I'm sure they tried their best to do whatever they could. Obviously, it didn't work.
The public's reaction to Wilson's dissatisfaction was varied. Some fans sympathized with her plight, acknowledging the difficulties of sustaining celebrity status in a fast-changing sports world. Others saw the rivalry as a natural aspect of the competitive world of athletics, offering an opportunity for both sportsmen to push one another to new heights.
Caitlin Clark guarding Chelsea Gray. Here's Taurasi. You bet!
The 2024 WNBA AllStar Game was a watershed occasion in Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's careers, demonstrating their potential while sparking great debate in the basketball world. This was more than just another All-Star Game. It was a spectacle that highlighted the abilities of two of the WNBA's brightest new players, while also raising issues about Cheryl Reeve's actions as head coach of the United States women's national team.
Now a star for the Connecticut Sun. Bonner says, all right, I'll take it. Why not? Here's Wilson.
Caitlin Clark, picked by the Indiana Fever, and Angel Reese, chosen by the Chicago Sky, had outstanding performances. Despite their inexperience, they played key roles in their team's triumph against the United States women's national team. Clark, renowned for her exceptional playmaking abilities, had an impressive amount of assists, while Reese's domination in the paint was shown by her double-double performance. Cheryl Reeve, one of the well-respected Cambridge of Minnesota Lynx, did not ever imagine that her decision to not include Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever from the Olympics team would bounce back on her. In fact, just the WNBA All-Star Game proved that C. Clark was perfect for making the team. Well, one of Reeve's bad decisions. The All-Star Game received a lot of attention, not just because of the players' performances, but also because of the star-studded crowd, which featured famous sports and personalities. The full venue generated an electrifying atmosphere, heightening the game's intensity. This high-profile environment heightened the significance of the game's result.
The competition, the entertainment, the action, the stars playing like stars. Agumbawale again! We heard Caitlin just talk.
Clark's omission from the Olympic squad was a contentious decision that had ignited controversy before the All-Star Game. Her great performance against the United States squad reignited the topic. Critics of Cheryl Reeve questioned her judgment and the criteria used for team selection, implying that Clark's exclusion was a big blunder. Angel Reese's performance highlighted the league's fresh talent. Her ability to pull off a double-double in such a high-pressure situation indicated that she was ready to compete at the greatest level. Reese's all-star performance made a compelling case for further acknowledgement of developing stars in the WNBA.
Play real defense.
All right, fair assessment. Nice pass from Clark. Yeah, right to her teammate Boston, who lays it in. Canny at the three, Boston the rebound, getting her first.
Cheryl Reeve's coaching techniques were heavily scrutinized after the All-Star Game. Critics cited her choice to keep Clark off the Olympic roster as proof of potential prejudice and bad judgment. The game's result indicated that Reeve may have overestimated the ability of younger players such as Clark and Reese. The dynamics of the All-Star Game were interesting. Team WNBA had a slender advantage at halftime, and despite a strong start from Team USA, they were unable to recover control in the second half. The final score of 117-109 highlighted the intense character of the game and both teams' outstanding efforts.
What a show here in Phoenix as Team WNBA wins it 117-109 behind an iconic performance from Arike Agumbawale.
Clark's record-breaking assists and Reese's double-double were major accomplishments that showcased their particular abilities. These accomplishments not only advanced their careers, but also demonstrated the significance of merit-based selection in athletics. The uproar over Reeves' judgments highlighted the need for a more open and inclusive selection process.
A gorgeous pass from Caitlin Clark and the options that she'll have.
Yeah, players with great hands who can catch just about anything.
I mean, you see the trap from the USA Women's National Team in the backcourt. Thomas, nice touch pass.
The significance of this game went beyond the individual participants. It spurred larger debates regarding the role of youthful talent in professional sports, as well as the importance of identifying and developing these skills. The performances of Clark and Reese served as a reminder that age and experience are not the primary considerations in team selection.
Team WNBA.
Sure, Miller gonna have to change that substitution pattern.
You know, when Asia Wilson starts hitting threes, 7 seconds left in the quarter. Jones unable to hook it in. Reese the O board. Reese.
Clark saw the All-Star Game as a chance to show herself after her sadness at not making the Olympic squad. Her performance delivered a strong statement about her ability and potential, calling into question the coaching staff's selections for the national team. Clark's humility and team-first attitude were also obvious in her post-game remarks, which emphasized group success above individual accomplishments.
That's why we were so successful. We really moved the ball, whether they were in man, whether they were in zone, whether it was transition. I thought we executed in every single area, but also our defense was really good. Only gave up 68 points, and I thought they scored a lot there in the fourth, so proud of the group.
Fever has got a gem, and their presence has been felt in each game where they sell out stadiums and tickets. Clark just needs confidence and support from Fever to become a world star.
3-second difference, game and shot clock. Here is Mabry dumping it in. Cardoso the catch and the finish. Here's Cardoso working Boston.
Not leaving behind her achievements around the All-Stars shows how her performance is always anticipated. Which rookie has sold out the way hers does? She still has a long journey ahead, and no one will be surprised if we have another LeBron in woman form. Reese's performance in the All-Star Game cemented her position as a rising star in the WNBA. Her ability to execute under duress and contribute greatly to her team's triumph indicated her willingness to take on new challenges in her professional career. Reese's performance also demonstrated the importance of allowing young players to showcase their abilities on large stages.
Really good team.
Angel, it's been a terrific rookie season. It's been a joy to watch you. Enjoy the rest of today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's Angel Reese, who already has 6 rebounds in her 3 minutes of action as Stewart hits the corner 3.
The conclusion of the All-Star Game raised serious issues regarding the future of the United States women's national team. As the Paris Olympics approached, the team's training and selection procedure received more attention. The game acted as a wake-up call to the coaching staff, highlighting the necessity to rethink their strategy and judgments. Following the All-Star Game, Cheryl Reeves' legacy and reputation were challenged significantly. The criticism she got was not limited to one game, but to her whole approach to coaching and squad selection. Reeves' ability to adapt and react to these critiques would be critical to her success as a coach. The All-Star Game had a broader impact on public perception of women's basketball. It highlighted the WNBA's talent and competitive spirit, drawing attention to both the league and its players. Clark and Reese's performances were especially significant in demonstrating the potential of young stars in the sport.
South Carolina Stars at different times, very close as Stewart Euros in for 2, just prepping for Paris. 5 seconds left. Clark sees the zone, fires away, in and out on a bomb. Jones flip.
For the spectators, the All-Star Game was an exciting event. The fierce intensity of the contest, along with the players' amazing performances, made it an unforgettable experience. The game also served as a reminder of the tremendous level of ability and skill existing in women's basketball. The result of the All-Star Game has ramifications for the WNBA's future. It emphasized the significance of developing young talent and giving them chances to flourish.
She's probably the best one-on-one player in our league. She's pretty dang good.
Caitlin, do you want to know the all-time All-Star Game assist record?
Oh, don't do too much, Ryan. What is it?
So
okay, it's Sue's. Okay, then I'm breaking it. She's been talking crap all game, so.
Clark and Reese's accomplishments may motivate other young athletes to follow their aspirations and strive for perfection in the sport. The controversy surrounding Cheryl Reeves' coaching selections highlighted the need for more openness and accountability in squad selection procedures. It emphasized the value of fairness and merit when selecting players for national teams and other high-profile competitions. The 2024 WNBA AllStar Game will be remembered not just for squad WNBA's triumph, but also for the larger discussions it provoked regarding coaching, squad selection, and the identification of emerging talent. It was a watershed moment in the careers of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, highlighting the potential challenges and opportunities for the U.S. women's national team as the basketball community continues to reflect on the implications of the AllStar Game.
And for myself, I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things.
The performances of Clark and Reese will remain a key point of discussion. Their success against Team USA has set the stage for future debates about the role of young players in professional sports and the importance of merit-based selection. The 2024 WNBA All-Star Game was a pivotal occasion in women's basketball, highlighting the abilities of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese while raising serious issues about Cheryl Reeves' coaching techniques and actions. The game's conclusion emphasized the potential of youthful talents and the need for a more inclusive and transparent selection procedure in sports. As the basketball world continues to process this event
in a row, I mean, in one season. So when you see a young woman come in like that and do that, I would have to give the nod with her efficiency rating and also the plus.
Clark and Reese's performances will serve as a reminder of the sport's dynamic and developing character. Her outstanding collegiate basketball career highlighted Clark's road to the All-Star Game. She was well known at Iowa for her scoring abilities and on-court leadership.
A miss. Clark from the logo!
Well, you could see and you could sense that she was starting to feel it again. And right here, the rhythm dribble.
Her move to the WNBA was widely anticipated, and her performance in the All-Star Game cemented her status as one of the league's most promising young players. Reese, too, had a great collegiate career, helping LSU win the national title and winning several honors for her achievements. Her transition to the WNBA was as impressive, and her ability to perform under duress in the All-Star Game confirmed her preparation for professional play. The All-Star Game also highlighted the evolving dynamics in women's basketball, where young players are increasingly making their mark.
In the middle of things, we start a little early, we end a little later. The season's a bit more condensed. Good turnover for rookies like Clark as she weaves her way inside, caught the foul.
The performances of Clark and Reese were a testimony to the rising skill pool in the WNBA and the necessity of providing young women the opportunity to flourish on major occasions. For Cheryl Reeve, the All-Star Game was a watershed moment in her coaching career. As a highly recognized coach who has won several championships, Reeve's actions and ideas are often questioned. The criticism after the All-Star Game indicated a need for introspection and potential changes in her approach to squad selection and game strategy. Reeve's coaching method, which stresses defense and team bonding, has been effective in the past. However, the All-Star Game's result revealed potential areas for growth, notably in identifying and using youthful talent. The game served as a reminder that even the most successful coaches must continuously adapt and evolve. The All-Star Game also has greater significance for the future of the U.S. women's national team. As the Paris Olympics approached, the team's training and selection procedure received more attention. The game's outcome indicated that a more inclusive and merit-based approach may be required to ensure the team's success on the international stage. For women's basketball fans, the All-Star Game was an exciting event that highlighted the WNBA's high level of skill. The match's competitive nature, combined with the players' outstanding performances, made it a memorable event. The event also served as a reminder to support and promote women's athletics. Clark and Reese's efforts were especially motivating to the next generation of basketball players. Their triumph versus Team USA highlighted that young players could compete at the top level while also making substantial contributions to their teams. This might motivate more young players to follow their aspirations and strive for success in the sport. That's all for now. What are your thoughts on this prodigy? Do you always anticipate her next game, I presume? Let's have your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to receive insights on the best in the game of basketball. Thanks for watching.